Cruz con música en vivo, energía vibrante y un jersey de herencia cubana diseñada por el artista local Dism 305. Y el domingo disfruta en familia y el primer bobblehead de Celia Cruz. No te pierdas la fiesta. Compra tus boletos en marlinsbaseball.com/boletos.
Oh, hi. Welcome to IKEA. How can I help?
Isn't this the parking lot of my daughter's ballet class?
It sure is, but I see you're on IKEA.com ordering some spring items.
Yeah, I'm hosting a barbecue this week. I completely forgot and need everything.
With delivery or pickup options, we've got what you need to conveniently order IKEA literally anywhere.
Convenient. Wait, where are you going?
The next car over just placed an IKEA order too. Busy morning.
You're amazing.
Get IKEA whenever, wherever, however you want. Order from IKEA online and get affordable delivery or choose from thousands of pickup locations.
Home means something different to everyone. But with Rocket Mortgage, home can mean even more. It can mean a college education, taming your high-interest debt, even a renovation. We've made it easier than ever to use your home equity. That home you worked so hard for, now it can work hard for you. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
Can you help change a life by sponsoring Meals for the Hungry? Sponsor 10 meals for $27 a month. Join the Caring Places Meals and More Club. Go to caringplace.org/radio. That's caringplace.org/radio.
Links from Air are the AC pros, keeping you cool when it matters most. Quality service on your plumbing too. Let Lindstrom take great care of you. Yeah, I love those guys.
Touchdown Gators! The home of Florida Gators football. Fox Sports 940 Miami. Number one on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami. WMIB-FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good. Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports 940 Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
1-0 pitch. Stowers cracks that one out to center and deep. Siri is back. He looks up and it's gone. The Marlins waste no time. Kyle Stowers with a 2-run shot, and they take a 2-0 lead in the first.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
2-1. That kicks away from Rodriguez. Hill breaks for the plate. There will be no throw. And on a wild pitch, the Marlins walk it off again. 1-2. Conine lifts out to left field. Tommy Pham working back to the warning track. So is Sawinski. They look up and it's gone. Griffin Conine to left center. And we're tied at 2 in the 7th.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
All right, nice job, Ahmed and old man Ricardo back home in the Fox Sports 940 Marlins Radio Network studios. Well, welcome. We're live from Rate Field in the South Side, Chicago, on a 53-degree Friday night in the Chi. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio. It's game 37 of 162. A week in Chicago? Sign me up. The Marlins will settle in as they take on both the White Sox and the Cubs in search of some consistency in the win-loss column after dropping 2 of their first 6 in the month of May. Tonight we bring you game 1 of a 3-game interleague set between the 10-28 Chicago White Sox and your 14-22 Miami Marlins. Max Meyer, the guy walked in with jeans and a T-shirt today in 40-degree weather. He will toe the rubber in Chicago here tonight. Tons of friends and family will be in attendance. Meyer, of course, is from the Minneapolis area. Bryce Wilson, 27-year-old right-hander who inked a 1-year deal in the South Side last December, will make his 3rd start of the season and 11th appearance for the Sox here tonight. First pitch slated for 7:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Well, hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Friday night with Jack McMullen and Rod Allen. I'm Steven Strom. Nice off day yesterday. It's great to have you all aboard here on this Friday night. Here's a lineup for the show. We got an awesome array of guests. Awesome and insightful conversation just ahead with Max Meyer and Jack McMullen. Clayton and I fill you in for game 1. We'll get you the count, of course, with Meyer and Wilson. Jack will jump in for some back and forth, our X-Poll question of today at Marlins Radio and Steve's Guarantee. to victory. So Wednesday in Miami, we did record this. Our very own Jack McMullen caught up with our starting pitcher tonight, Max Meyer, to talk about his keys to success here tonight in the South Side.
Thank you, Stephen. Max Meyer seeing another American League opponent after seeing the Athletics last time out against the White Sox this go-around. Just your preliminary scouting on the White Sox. Obviously, you're starting another cold weather game. I'm sure that's familiar territory for you, but first look at the White Sox. What are you feeling?
I'm thinking about just sticking to my strengths. That's what we preach here, stick to your strengths. We'll obviously do a little bit of diving once we get over there or tomorrow on the off day. But, yeah, just going to stick to my strengths.
You saw a talented lineup in the A's as well. What do you feel like you were executing well, and where do you feel like there's some room to grow for the next time out?
I didn't feel great with my performance, obviously, and, where my mechanics, where I lacked my finish on my pitches. And, I've been working this week and in my bullpen, and I've been finishing the baseball now, so I'm, extremely confident coming into my next starts to come with where my delivery's at.
When you say finishing the baseball, what does that mean? Is it a matter of, getting down on the mound?
Yeah, it's a matter of a lot of things, mentality, mechanics, a lot of different things. But, it might look like the same velocity on the board, but it's lacking a little bit of the late bite. That's what we kind of call finishing. So just getting the late bite back and the deception on a lot of my pitches is going to be big for me.
Max, something we've been watching so far this year is your ability to command a slider to both the inside and the outside corners, regardless of lefty or righty. How comfortable do you feel with that arm side slider, where a lot of guys call it a backup slider? A lot of pitchers will lose some bite on it, but you don't.
Yeah, just staying on top of the baseball and throwing it my whole life as my main pitch. I mean, I'm extremely confident in that, and I'm starting to have extreme confidence in my other pitches, going to start going change up for Chase now, going to start going fastball up for Doors. So, yeah, I just feel great right now.
How much do you want to deviate kind of playing the north-south game? Because we've seen you play inside and outside throughout the course of an at-bat. But, yeah, that phenomenal start against Cincinnati, it felt like you were just shooting the knees the entire time. How much do you want to go about letter high?
I feel like it's not even north-south. It's more just using the whole plate. I want to be a full plate guy. Throw fastballs, arm side, glove side, high, low. And if you can do that, you can do anything.
Max, you told us you got some family coming out. Who's going to be out at the ballpark for you?
I think my parents are coming. My uncle and his family are probably coming. I know I have some buddies out there in Chicago that I might grab some coffee with in the morning. So, yeah, it should be fun. The weather is going to be nice, it looks like. So I'm excited to get some Midwest weather.
Do you spoil your guests? Do you say, hey, batting practice is, we'll get you tickets? Or it's like, you come to the game and I'll say hi for 2 minutes?
Yeah, I like to keep it professional, but I'll see them off the field and in the off season. But they know it's a workout here, and I'm just going to be excited to see them, though.
Max, you're the man. Appreciate you. Best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Steven.
All right, excellent stuff right there with Jack McMullen and Max Meyer. Man, he said a couple of interesting things. He wants to gain that late bite back and create that deception. The last two starts for Max Meyer, they haven't been characteristic of him. Back-to-back 5-run outings for Meyer. I think this is obviously a really good matchup, respectfully, against a White Sox team that has struggled. They're pretty much in 28th, 29th, 30th in a lot of team offensive categories. But we know this better than anything. It's baseball. Things can happen. All of a sudden, Max Meyer could get shelled tonight, and I look like a fool saying it, but I'm just going by the numbers, and this looks like a good matchup for Max Meyer. And just to get back on the rails for Maxie here tonight against the White Sox. We'll break here. We'll get Clayton McCullough on. Of course, he joins us for every first game of each series. He had an interesting couple of things to say. I don't think you want to miss it. That's coming up next as we get you ready for a 7:40 first pitch. Marlins, White Sox, right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Masterminds behind it? Nope. We got him.
Yeah, we do.
1-1 pitch. That one hit high in the air, out to left and deep. Conforto is back, and that's a get-right swing for Agustin Ramirez. He was a little cold, but a big swing from the rookie catcher is a 3-run shot. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-run game.
Can I cut you off real
Yeah.
quick? This is where the podcast actually starts. Take a look at Steven's T-shirt.
No way.
Are you guys rolling?
We're rolling. We're rolling.
Oh, cool. What's up, guys?
Those were 2 time-buying questions.
Thanks for joining us. Don't leave me hanging, though.
Oh, man. This is so good. So for our Spotify and Apple Podcast crowd, Steven found a shirt on Amazon that says, "I love it when my wife lets me watch Eric Wagaman."
Oh, I remember.
This shirt's on Amazon. What's the deal with this shirt? Again, I love it when my wife lets me watch Eric Wagaman. What's going
on? So we had an interview with Eric in the offseason, and it was actually credit to Kyle Seeloff. He was like, I think there's a T-shirt of my wife loves it when I watch Eric Wagaman. I love it when I love
the inning with a single. It's 3 straight innings with a leadoff knock. The pitch to Liam Hicks. That one drilled out to right. He got that one. Liam Hicks sends it into the Dodger bullpen. His second big league homer, and it's 2-1 Fish in the 5th.
Paez couldn't catch that one, Jack.
From Luis Garcia. 1-2. Another sweeper, and Norby drills it. Out to left. Conforto back. Conforto leaps up, and it's over his head and off the wall. Augustine will score from third base, and Connor Norby with an RBI double. We're tied at 3 in the bottom of the 6th.
Looks like he got a little Kenley Jansen in his setup.
Dane Myers lines one up the middle. That's in for a base hit. Norby zooming around.
Thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday night. Marlins on deck. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, and Rod Allen with us. And as you can see it, you can't on our audio audience. Clayton McCullough, as always, joins us now. And Clayton, some big news for Chicago. The Pope from Chicago. Awesome. We had the off day yesterday. So some good buzz here tonight. What'd you do on your off day yesterday?
I walked around the city a little bit. Always enjoy the sights here, and did some window shopping and did a little shopping for the kids. And then went out. A few of us went out to a nice local kind of Italian pizza place last night for dinner, and that was kind of it. Just recharged a little bit. Getting ready for this week-long stay in Chicago.
In or out on deep dish?
Oh, I'm in.
So yeah, I had it last night. Okay, so I saw Max Meyer walk in here with jeans and a T-shirt. It is, what are we? It's about 40-something degrees here. Not unfamiliar for him to start in these conditions. When did you realize that Max ticked a little different?
I think one of the first live pitch design sessions he had in spring training. He's up there. He's chomping on the gum. He's got a little bounce to him. He's got some swag going. And so, this guy's got some real self-confidence, and then the more interactions with him, he's a funny character, and his teammates like him, and so I think with each interaction, I'm more familiar with the quirkiness that is Max Meyer.
What are you looking to see from him here tonight after a couple of back-to-backs, uncharacteristic starts for Max?
I think it'll be what has made him successful to this point, I believe, is his commitment to being aggressive early in the count, and he has weapons. He's got multiple offerings to get into the count and get strike one, and then now he has the ability to get hitters on his heels, and I think he's going to see teams that are going to look to come out and be aggressive against him, because with the type of arsenal he has and the ability to get a strikeout and get that much miss, that guys that want to come out and swing it, and that's okay, take your shot, getting ahead. And I think last outing, his breaking ball just maybe wasn't as sharp, backed up on him a little bit more, didn't quite have the same teeth that it had, which they're going to have starts like that during the season. So at least he's got enough other things that he can fall back on and be able to deliver when he's behind in the count. But I think it's let's get ahead, be aggressive early with whatever you choose to do to get in the zone, and then get back to getting that slider in a place that's going to give you some weak contact and miss.
Clayton McCullough with us now on Marlins on Deck. We're here for a week in Chicago, 3 with the White Sox and then 3 with the Cubs. I'm just curious, coming off the off day, what's the keynote? What's the overall message to the team heading into this week?
I think it's very much the same. We're just going to continue to evaluate each stretch, each series independently on its own legs. And that, all right, let's go back and let's think about, individually or collectively, the areas that we need to improve upon as a group, that we can kind of, string some wins together. And, we had some competitive games at home during this homestand, weren't able to pull a couple of them out. But I think those are going to come, and it's more us recognizing moments in the game that, whether it's, string of at-bats, a play in the field, something on the bases, on the pitching side, and coming into a situation. So I think as we, continue to move forward with this thing, that we are, evaluating when it turns out in our favor, the same as when we come up on the losing end of things, and that we have a lot of games left. And the beautiful part is we have a lot of room for improvement. We have a group here that's like, embracing that and okay with that. And so love where our group is with their continued ability to like fight, and then also that like there's just adjustments that are always going to have to be made, again, individually and collectively as the season, moves along.
Yeah, a couple good starts the last couple of days with Cal and Bayo, so hopefully you get one here tonight with Max Meyer. My last one for you was going to talk Liam Hicks, but I did want to get your thought on, we've seen Kyle Stowers, we've seen Dane Myers. Who do you feel is next to have one of those weeks or a couple of weeks in a good stretch offensively?
I'm going to say two guys. Maybe that's not fair.
No, say two.
I'm going to say two. I'm going to
say three.
Jesus Sanchez for me is next. I believe, Jesus is going to feel like his at-bats through that back half of that homestand started to turn some. I think Jesus is going to get it going here and, be the productive performer that he has been and we know he's all capable of. I think he's really close, and I also think Connor Norby is very close as well. I think Connor had some, really outstanding at-bats the last few games of that, the first couple of the LA series, and both those guys are working real hard to, get themselves in a good place. So I think that if I had to lay some chips out there now, I'm going to go Norby Sanchez.
Okay. I like those picks. Thanks for the time as always.
Okay, thanks, Steven.
All right, coming up next, we'll get you ahead of the count with Max Meyer and Bryce Wilson. 7:40 first pitch right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Kyle. First pitch. Stowers hits it out to left center. Soderstrom on the move. There it is back, and it's gone! To left center field, a walk-off grand slam for Kyle Stowers. And off the Reaper, the Marlins come back and win it.
Through 8 games as an Athletic, Paredes 4 for 20, and that one is and through. That's hit number 5. They're sending Urshela around third. Dane's throw coming home up the third base line a little bit, but Fortes, the catcher, dove and swiped the tag on Urshela's shin as he sprinted by.
Yeah, I think pulling the ball in the air, hitting the ball in the air a little more than I have in the past in general, not just pull side, but that pull side ball in the air rate is good for me. That's showing me that I'm in a position to do some damage. I'm not being passive, not getting B swings off up at the plate. So as long as I'm ready to hit and on time for the fastball, that's usually when I'm at my best. So if I'm in my hitting position on time, I'm able to hit those pull side fly balls. So I think that helps a lot.
Gold standard of that might be on the other side right now, but Norby rips one into left field. That drops in for a base hit. That stung and pulled by Norby. Wagaman comes in to score, and the Marlins on the board. An RBI single from Connor. It's 6-1 in the 6th. Masterminds behind it. Nope, we got him.
Yeah, we do.
1-1 pitch. That one hit high in the air, out to left and deep. Conforto is back, and that's a get-right swing for Agustin Ramirez. He was a little cold, but a big swing from the rookie catcher is a 3-run shot. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-run.
Marlins Radio Network.
Don't miss a moment of Marlins action. Download the iHeartRadio app. Make Fox Sports 940 the top preset, then listen to every Marlins game. Back here at Rate Field in the Shy, 57 degrees. I got my coat on. I got my quarter zip on. Jack McMillan, Rod Allen, those two are with me as well. Going to be a 7:40 first pitch back in the 3:05, 6:40 local here in beautiful Chicago, Illinois. Max Meyer will take on Bryce Wilson here tonight. Let's get you out of the count. I'm Steven Strom. Again, thank you for hanging out with us on a Friday night. I know there's a lot to do. Hopefully I can be maybe a little bit of an extension of what could be a really nice night for you on this Friday here in Chicago. Max Meyer, 26-year-old right-hander from Woodbury, Minnesota. We had mentioned it in the pregame show. I saw him stroll in here in jeans and a T-shirt. A lot of these guys on the field right now kind of look like me. And for our non-visual audience that are not on StreamYard, YouTube, or X, I'm wearing a quarter zip. I got my jacket, my Lulu jacket on right now. Max Meyer walked in here with jeans and a T-shirt. He will start here for the 7th time this season, 2-3, a 3.92 ERA, 39 frames combined. He did not factor on Saturday against the Athletics, allowed 5 runs on 10 hits, 2 walks across 5 frames. He didn't have a strikeout. That was something actually Jack and I looked at this afternoon, kind of said, huh? That will hopefully change here tonight. His last 2 starts, he's allowed 10 runs, 4 home runs in 9 combined. Those 2 opponents, AL West, Seattle Mariners, and Athletics. I was going to say the O word, but I just went Athletics. Good job by me right there. Meyer, a much favorable, I think, matchup against the White Sox. We've seen flashes of Meyer, 14 punch-outs against the Reds. I think the big question is, what does it look like when it's balanced out for Meyer? He spoke with Jack McMullen earlier. We played that interview. He wants to gain that late bite back plus that deception. And this is something I love. We'll discuss this next segment. He talked about changeup for Chase and fastball for Doors. That is an unbelievable quote. I'll figure out what fastball for Doors means in my next segment, but changeup for Chase, pretty obvious. He wants to get these guys to chase that changeup that he has improved so much here in 2025. Meyer will go opposite Bryce Wilson, 27-year-old right-hander. He's finally getting a look as a starter here in Chicago. He was traded a couple of times, 34 appearances with Milwaukee, but was removed from the 40-man and elected free agency. He signed with the Sox back in December, 1 year, $1.5 million. He's 0-1 with a 5.56 ERA and 22 2/3. Again, 2 starts, 10 appearances from the bullpen. He did start on Sunday against Houston, 4 2/3, 4 runs on 9 hits. He throws a sinker, a changeup, cutter, curveball, 4-seamer. Opponents are hitting .344 against him, and also opponents have a .989 OPS. So something's got to give here for the Miami Marlins. Max Meyer will go opposite Bryce Wilson. We'll break here. Still to come, Jack McMullen joins me to talk about Max Meyer plus his homecoming. He's the mayor of Chicago. He joins me next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Masterminds behind it? Nope. We got him.
Yeah, we do.
1-1 pitch. That one hit high in the air, out to left and deep. Conforto is back, and that's a get-right swing for Agustin Ramirez. He was a little cold, but a big swing from the rookie catcher is a 3-run shot, and all of a sudden, it's a 3-run game.
Can I cut you off real quick? This is where the podcast actually starts. Take a look at Steven's T-shirt.
No way.
Are you guys rolling?
We're rolling. We're rolling.
Oh, cool. What's up, guys?
Those were 2 time-buying questions.
Thanks for joining us. Don't leave me hanging, though.
Oh, man. This is so good. So for our Spotify and Apple Podcast crowd, Steven found a shirt on Amazon that says, "I love it when my wife lets me watch Eric Wagner."
Oh, I remember.
This shirt's on Amazon. What's the deal with this shirt? Again, I love it when my wife lets me watch Eric Wagner. What's going
on? So we had an interview with Eric in the offseason, and it was actually credit to Kyle Seeloff. He was like, I think there's a T-shirt of my wife loves it when I watch Eric Wagner. I love it when I love
the inning with a single. It's 3 straight innings with a leadoff knock. The pitch to Liam Hicks. That one drilled out to right. He got that one. Liam Hicks sends it into the Dodger bullpen. His second big league homer, and it's 2-1 Fish in the 5th.
Paez couldn't catch that one, Jack.
From Luis Garcia. 1-2. Another sweeper, and Norby drills it. Out to left. Conforto back. Conforto leaps up, and it's over his head and off the wall. Augustine will score from third base, and Connor Norby with an RBI double. We're tied at 3 in the bottom of the 6th.
Looks like he got a little Kenley Jansen in his setup.
Dane Myers lines one up the middle. That's in for a base hit. Norby zooming around.
For test now.
We have a very special guest here joining us on segment 4. Marlins on deck on this Friday night from Chicago. We bring on the mayor of Chicago, Jack McMullen. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Welcome home, man. Welcome.
Thanks,
home.
man.
Thanks,
It was
man.
fun.
It was fun.
I was sitting across from Calvin Fauché on the bus in, and he was just asking the masses. What's that? What's
over there?
And
I mean,
tell you what,
it was so hard just holding my tongue. I'm not going to be that.
Like,
Mr. Know-it-all. How about that, right? But I mean, dude, it's been really cool. Like I just saw my mom and a bunch of neighbors and family friends. One of my best friends from high school is here. Guy that
told
him yet, but it's going to be. My wedding is here. It's really cool, man. So
seeing
that and just stepping on the field for the first time. This is the ballpark I grew up going to. So it's really cool to be here with my new family. And it's enemy territory now. Let's get to work.
I know. And it was cool, Jack. We did walk the field this afternoon. I did recreate the Dwayne Wise.
He made the catch.
I did.
What a play by Wise.
Mercy.
Yeah. No, it's really cool. It's awesome to be here with you, man, and I'm excited for tonight. I'm excited for the entire week. And this White Sox group, I know on paper they have 10 wins. 12 of those games, though, out of where were we at? 34 games, so about 38 games. 12 of them have been one run. They're competitive. It's different than last year. Last year, they really struggled, and I'm not going to say from a win-loss perspective they're not going to be the same this year. I think it's going to be a little bit different. But this is a group that I think will fight as well. What, when you prepared for this game, kind of sticks out to you about the Sox?
They're
a work in progress offensively, and I think the pitching rotation leaves some room to be desired as well. What I noticed is they have the two best left-handed pitching prospects in all of minor league baseball that are waiting patiently in Birmingham. So help is on the way for this White Sox team. Right now, it could look a little bleak, and their bullpen isn't very good. Let's be honest. I know that the ERA says that, but do they have a guy that they turn to in the ninth inning? Answer right now is not so much, and this lineup is you're the bottom of the league in a lot of categories. So it just seems like they are really riding the cellar right now, and they're trying to get out from underneath that huge weight that it takes to get out of the cellar. So curious to see what it looks like. One of their young, exciting players, Chase Mydroth, was actually scratched due to shoulder soreness. So we'll see what happens, man.
Well, hopefully Max Meyer can keep him in the cellar. And you had a conversation with him Wednesday in Miami. Now he's coming off back-to-back, couple of tough starts. I mean, when you look at it from Mac's perspective, of course, we always expect better with him, but 10 runs over the last 2 starts for him. What are you looking to see from Max here tonight?
What was it? Slider for Chase, fastball for Doors, is that right?
Fastball is that just blow the door?
Blow your doors off.
Cool.
Slider, you want to chase, you want to have uncomfortable swings.
Got that one.
You get lulled into the slider, right? Slider. Oh, my goodness. Where did 95 come from? Where did 97 come from? So that's what he means. Fastball for Doors. He wants to blow your doors off with it. And he can do that, man. We talked about him getting on top of that slider. When the slider is at its best, it's starting about belt high and darting straight down, whether it's that tighter slider at 90-91 or that sweepier slider at 87-88. Still, both are incredibly sharp. And you can make the argument with the manipulation in there that it's a top 5 slider in Major League Baseball, and it's performed that way to this point. So I think staying through the slider, and if we see the slider being executed at the knees and the shins, we're going to get a great Max Meyer tonight.
All right, so the Marlins have lost here 9 of their last 11. Now, half of those losses were against the Dodgers. How much are you chalking this up versus the teams versus the actual performance?
I think a lot of it's because they were playing the LA Dodgers. It's really tough when you play the Dodgers 6 times in a week and a half. So I'm excited to see life after the Dodgers. It is kind of nice. We were talking about it feels weird in the moment. You see the Dodgers for 3, then another team for 3, then the Dodgers again for 3, and then you're done. I'd like to see him in August. Not the Dodgers. I prefer to get it out of the way on May 7th, and that's exactly what we did. So pretty fired up that life post-Dodgers is fully in play now, and I do think that a lot of it was the competition. They were facing the best team in baseball. Let's see what they look like against teams that aren't the best in baseball.
Last one for you. Jack McMullen with us now on Marlins on Deck. Again, 7:40 first pitch. Right here on the Marlins Radio Network. First of 3 against the White Sox. We've seen Stowers stand out. We've seen Dane Myers manifest into something real.
Yeah.
Who's next as we buckle up here for the month of May?
Clayton told you a combination of Sanchez or Norby. Do you remember my answer to you at about 2 p.m. when you asked me this?
I do. You said Norby.
We align on Norby. I think Norby is the answer here. Connor has put some really good swings on baseballs and has been very fun to watch. I also think people are grossly underrating Liam Hicks.
Who's what tonight?
DH tonight. Liam Hicks, the DH. I walked up to him in the dugout. I said, DH, what's up, man? And he said, fired up.
How cool is that? You have to catch for 9 innings, and now you have to just hit hopefully more than 4 times.
Like Clayton told us, hey, Hicks is here because he's these ABs. And number one, he's an advantageous matchup towards Bryce Wilson, who's sinker cutter changeup.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, Hicks is leading NL rookies in runs driven in. That's an undeniable fact. And you put this guy in fortuitous situations. He's going to give the Marlins an advantage, and that's exactly what he's done, man. It's been so fun to watch.
Yeah, he's done well against righties too, Jack. 2 home runs, 15 RBIs, 298 average. Okay, well, the mayor of Chicago has spoken, Jack McMullen. He has your call along with Rod Allen. We'll break here. We'll get our X-Poll question today at Marlins Radio. Steve's guaranteed a victory. And then we will play some baseball on this Friday night from Wright Field in Chicago. Back in 2 minutes on the Marlins Radio Network.
Masterminds behind it? Nope. We got him.
Yeah, we do.
1-1 pitch. That one hit high in the air, out to left and deep. Conforto is back, and that's a get-right swing for Agustin Ramirez. He was a little cold, but a big swing from the rookie catcher is a 3-run shot. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-run game. Can I cut you off real quick? This is where the podcast actually starts. Take a look at Steven's T-shirt.
No way.
Are you guys rolling?
We're rolling. We're rolling.
Oh, cool. What's up, guys?
Those were 2 time-buying questions.
Thanks for joining us. Don't leave me hanging, though.
Oh, man. This is so good. So for our Spotify and Apple Podcast crowd, Steven found a shirt on Amazon that says, "I love it when my wife lets me watch Eric Wagner."
Oh, I remember.
This shirt's on Amazon. What's the deal with this shirt? Again, I love it when my wife lets me watch Eric Wagner. What's going
on? So we had an interview with Eric in the offseason, and it was actually credit to Kyle Seeloff. He was like, I think there's a T-shirt of my wife loves it when I watch Eric Wagner. I love it when I love
the inning with a single. It's 3 straight innings with a leadoff knock. The pitch to Liam Hicks. That one drilled out to right. He got that one. Liam Hicks sends it into the Dodger bullpen. His second big league homer, and it's 2-1 Fish in the 5th.
Paez couldn't catch that one, Jack.
From Luis Garcia. 1-2. Another sweeper, and Norby drills it. Out to left. Conforto back. Conforto leaps up, and it's over his head and off the wall. Augustine will score from third base, and Connor Norby with an RBI double. We're tied at 3 in the bottom of the 6th.
Looks like he got a little Kenley Jansen in his setup.
Dane Myers lines one up the middle.
Restrictions apply.
Take the Marlins wherever you go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 the top preset to listen to every Miami Marlins game. Back here at Wright Field in the South Side, Chicago, Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Rod Allen. It's going to be a 7:40 first pitch. Max Meyer will go opposite Bryce Wilson here tonight. Before we get to our X-Bowl question, I do want to say Ryan Weathers pitched in Jacksonville yesterday, 5 scoreless frames. We talked to Clayton McCullough today. He is set to start at Wrigley Field on Wednesday night, the series finale against the Cubs. So awesome news on that front. Ryan Weathers set to make his first start of 2025 in the regular season. Let's get to our X-Bowl question of today at Marlins Radio. Well, they just did a moment of silence for Chet Lemon. How many All-Star games did the late Chet Lemon make in his 16-year career? Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. It's time for Steve's Guarantees.
Batter up. Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
Well, I'm going to go with the manager. I'm going to follow what he said to me, Jesus Sanchez and Connor Norby, but I will put a number on it. They'll combine for 4+ hits and 3+ RBIs. I can blame the manager if it doesn't happen. How about that, folks? I hope you got the itch for first pitch because we come back. Jack McMullen paints a picture. Rod Allen, he's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball is next. This is the Marlins Radio Network.
Did you know